Good morning, Storm Nation. It is Monday morning, and what can that mean? It is week in numbers. We're going to go through last week's numbers, and I'm frantically trying to find them right now. Was it a good week? Was it a bad week? And all that good stuff. Come on, Lord, for God's sake. I'm trying to rush and try to do everything as quick as I can because I've got to take my kid to school, and also they want to play in the back garden with me before school. So I'm trying my very, very best to do all that. Right, here we go. I finally got it. Okay, so last week there was some good, like all weeks, and there was some bad, and there was some indifferent. The good, 35 reservations. That is amazing. We aim for 30 reservations, so 35 is well above where I want to be. The okay was the move-ins. We did 24 move-ins. We want to be hitting between 25 and 30 really there. And the bad was the move-outs. Oh boy, did we move out quite a lot of square foot. Right, let's have a look at the revenue then. Last week, we took 37,750, roughly a couple of quid either way. I think a couple of quid more, but just rounding up and down for ease, really. Mansfield took 3,500. Wrexham took 3,900. Clough Road took 6,500. Beverley took 3,200. And Willoughby took 20,500. So an average week. Do you know what I love about self-storage? It's so predictable. The numbers, I'm telling you, are roughly the same every single week. Yes, last week we did less reservations than 30. This week we're doing more reservations than 30. And so overall, we average about 30 reservations. Our website hits about converting about 5% of website traffic. You can have a swig of coffee. Oh my God. It is one of my life's pleasures is having a coffee in the morning. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. An espresso. And by the way, I have only just been into coffee about 3 years now. I didn't even like coffee before, but now I love it. Okay, so where did the reservations come from? Who did them? Angela did 5, KTO did 4, James did 8, and Jack did 12. Jack is smashing it. Claire did 2 as well. Oh, she worked 2 days last week and got 2 reservations. Right, let's dive into each site. So we've got 5 sites. We're getting loads of new listeners, by the way. Welcome. Please check out our sponsors because without them, it costs me more money to do this show. So yeah, I really do appreciate them. Right, so Willoughby, and by the way, the sponsors are, if you're watching the video, it is Stora and it is Willbox as well. So the amount of quotes last week was 30. This is at Willoughby, by the way, at Willoughby. So just around about where I want to be. Yeah, that's pretty good. We did 13 reservations. That's a conversion rate of 43%. Now, Willoughby always converts really, really well. So that is incredible. We moved in 9 people, and that is a conversion rate of 30%. So over the moon with Willoughby, apart from, I'll get to that in a minute. Luton Van was rented out 6 times last week, out of 7. The square foot moved in was 985. The square foot moved out was 1,315. So we was negative 330 square foot. I was hoping to be even last week, and yeah, here we are, 330 square foot down. Rooms moved in, rooms moved in 13, rooms moved out 13. We've got 342 internal rooms occupied. We lost a shed loads of containers last week. We had 1 move in and we had 4 move out. So we've got 45 containers rented out. The store occupancy is around about the same, 75.88. The average merchandise sales was £12.26 per move-in. The insurance was 5,700 per move-in. A little bit below where I want to be. We want to be at 6,000. This next week across all sites, by the way, is really, really good. We've got 9 move-ins due for 895, so we'll move in over 1,000 square foot next week. We've got 7 move-outs due for 585. So we're gonna be netting supposedly 300 square foot on the figures, but I think it'll be over 500 next week. I really think we're going to have a really good week at Willoughby. Clough Road, 33 quotes, really good. Clough Road, because it's such a competitive area, it is always, always tough with the reservations because we are not the cheapest around and we find it difficult at that site because it's a very, very competitive area. And I have been told about 2 people who are opening around the area, and I just think it's not too bad for me because we've already got the occupancy there now. But yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it because it's so competitive around that area, and it's definitely changed my mind because I just think outposition everybody, and we'll doesn't matter about how competitive it is, because if you outposition them, you're going to do better than them. That ain't strictly true. We've outpositioned. Don't get me wrong. It's still doing well. It's 70 something percent full. It's taking enough money. It's taking at the minute, I think, slightly over £300,000 a year. So it's doing good, but it's not as easy to fill as the other sites. So 33 quotes, 7 reservations. That is a conversion rate of 21%. There's been 4 move-ins last week, and that's a conversion rate of 12%. So nowhere near where we want to be. We want to be double the conversion for move-ins, and we want to be an extra 50% of the conversions for reservations as well. So not fantastic there. But it's the story of Clough Road. Move in, we've had 425 square foot moved in, 360 square foot moved out. So we've got 65 square foot net, plus 65. The average insurance was 6,750, so that's good. This next week, 7 move-ins due for 760 square foot. Really, really good. 3 move-outs for 150. So we're going to be up over 600 square foot at Clough Road, which is really, really good. We want to be close to that 85% full as we possibly can be. Beverly, I've got to be quick. 16 quotes, really good on the quotes at Beverly. 5 reservations, really good. That's 31% conversion rate. We have 3 move-ins, and that's a 19% conversion rate. We have got 245 square foot moved in last week and 75 square foot moved out. So we was net 170. We've got 4 rooms moved in last week and 1 moved out. So that means we've got 80 rooms rented. Store occupancy is 89%. Really good. We're going to have to look at Beverly, put Beverly's prices up, because this next week, we've got 4 move-ins for 350 and we've got 1 move-out for 150. So we're going to net 300 square foot, which means we're going to be well over the 90% mark. As soon as we're anywhere near that, we need to be looking at the price. Yeah, getting excited. Looking at the prices and putting prices up. We can have a swig of coffee. We sold £9,000 worth of insurance. That's an average of £3,000 at Beverly per moving. Wrexham, 14 quotes, really good quotes again at Wrexham. Number of reservations are 4, and that is a 29% conversion rate there, so really good. Number of move-ins, 3 move-ins, so that's a 22% conversion rate. We moved in 715 square foot. We moved out 635. Really high move-ins and really high move-outs at Wrexham last week. We netted 80. The average insurance was 5,700 roughly. And this is a bad sign. We've got no move-ins due next week, and we've got 4 move-outs for 355 square foot. So not great there. Mansfield, onto Mansfield. 18 quotes. Not great on the quotes at Mansfield once again. We had 6 reservations, so it's getting better with our reservations. We tweaked a few things, and straight away we're having instant improvements. And so it just shows you that when you're not getting the reservations or you're not getting the quotes, you pull a few levers here and there. Yes, I'm moving like I don't know what I'm doing. And you can really make a difference really, really quickly with self-storage. So 18 quotes, 6 reservations. We had 5 move-ins last week. That's a conversion rate of 28%. We had 500 square foot moved in, but we had 820 square foot move out. So we're down 320 square foot. 6 internal rooms moved out, 8 moved out. We've got 131 internal rooms occupied. We've got 8 containers occupied, and we have got car parking of 15. So that's really good. Store occupancy is 57.18. And that's including 10 new containers that have been delivered but in the wrong place at the minute, so we can't rent them out yet. Average insurance, really, Paul, at Mansfield last week, we sold £15,000 worth of insurance, and that is an average of just £3,000 per moving, so not great there. Move-ins due this next week. We've got 435 square foot due to move in, and we've got 2 to move out for 125. So we're going to be up over 300 square foot there, which is good because we was 300 square foot down last week. So the only site that is going to have a negative week this week looks like it's going to be Wrexham. All the other sites are going to be positive, so that's really good to see. Right, the analytics on Google, we had 532 new website visitors, and that was and we had 30 reservations across the Stormore sites, because we don't include the 5 from Beverly. And that means that our website is converting at 6%. So that is pretty good. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to go and play football with a kid in the garden, and then I'm taking him to school. All right, my friends, see ya.